Hello guys, in this session, let's learn a bit about alignment and movement options. Okay. So, yeah, you may have come across, you might be using alignment options a bit, but let's dig a little deeper into this and help the newbies as well as the guys who have not used align options extensively. So, in short, if I have to say any device you've got, right, you have some restrictions in the movement initially when you uh, generate the device. Okay, you observe this particular icon over here. If you click here, it says just hover your mouse over there. It says edit the snap mode diagonally, which means what, this controls your device movement option. Okay, so likewise, if you get a star kind of a thing and you want to move this device, you can move this device the way you want. Okay, so same thing, if I have to move the device in orthogonal way only, then you see this guy changes into a plus symbol. Okay, over here, either move the movement is in 90 degrees, either vertically or horizontally. Okay, so likewise, you cannot move the device diagonally, or you cannot move it the way as I just showed a few seconds ago. So likewise, if at all I have to move it diagonally, only in diagonal fashion, I need to change this option. So this is one simple thing which shows how you want to move the device. So likewise, let's see if at all the rotate option works here. Click on this and you see here you can move the device in any of these angles. That's how the rotate option works. Okay. So this is some simple information about the movement of the device. Okay. So now let's see if at all we have to align these things. Now you see this, all these instances are aligned haphazardly. Now I'll just select all these devices and I want to align them in a particular fashion. So you see this command over here, this indicates your alignment. Okay, so I'll click on this and I get a form. Okay, so here you see here the reference and align using. So this indicates the device with respect to which you want to align. And here it indicates the devices which you want to align. This information indicates applying how much spacing you want while you're aligning between the devices. And here it indicates whether you want alignment of these devices to be horizontal or vertical. Okay. So right now I will just say that I want to align with respect to Rx. You can make changes to any of the layers what you have here. Okay. So layer here it says I have taken diffusion, that is Rx, as the reference. Okay. Let's leave the other defaults to defaults. So now I will select this. I selected all the devices first and I pressed align and I got this form and I'll set a reference. Okay. I'll click on this device. It says horizontal alignment because my align option says here horizontally. And what spacing do I want between the aligned devices is 0.5 micron and I'll say apply. Okay. Now the moment I say apply, it will get aligned on its own. Okay. So now same thing, if at all I have to align the devices with some more spacing between them. Okay, I'll say 1 micron and I'll say set a reference. I will click on this and from here onwards there'll be a spacing of 1 micron. I'll just say set reference and apply. There you go. Now here, while aligning it, I'll just press escape. Observe that I had selected the reference of diffusion here. Okay, I'll just press escape. And if I measure here, diffusion to diffusion, there is a gap of 1 micron. So because while aligning, I had selected a reference of 1 micron. Now if you press this as well, what happens is it will imply the 1 micron horizontal and 0.5 micron vertical. So you will get a staggered kind of alignment. Let's try this for reference. Click on this. Always before you align, you need to set a reference with respect to which you want to align. So set reference, click on this, and again click apply. You will get a staggered way because here it is implying both horizontal and vertical spacing. Okay, and click this, set reference, click again, and then it goes back to what it was before. So now, if at all I want the spacing to be vertical, Okay, I'll just change the orientation here. Set reference. I click on this, align and apply. Now you see here it is giving me a spacing of 1 micron. Again, say if I have to measure from here to here, K and K. Earlier there was a horizontal separation of 1 micron. Now there is a vertical separation of 1 micron. Okay. So now let's try something else. Okay, say align F3. Okay, so go to this option. Now, if at all I want to change the any metal, okay, if I want it to be poly, PC, drawing, and horizontal spacing, I leave the spacing as is. I will click on the reference. I'll just click with respect to this device here and apply. And there you go. Here you get a spacing between PC to PC as 1 micron. Let's check that. Okay. Here, device to device. Now, why is it showing PC to red? This diffusion is because I have changed it at only one location here. I need to change the reference at both the places. Say align here and escape. Say F3. Now you observe here, yeah, now it shows the difference. So this is how you make edits to your devices. So this comes in very, very handy when you are aligning the devices or arranging the devices in one. So you can very well space the devices vertically apart when you are aligning lots of devices. So you can play around with these things as well. Now the other option here is I just select this device. If you see here, there are some shortcut keys as well over here for alignment options. How do you get that? Right click, assistance, toolbars. Toolbars align. If I check this, the option goes away. Right click and I say align, and I will get that alignment options. So let's click this and see if it works. Okay, align this and it gets aligned vertically this way. So here you see this, there is a setting done over here. Let me just change it to 0.5. Okay, so now let me just select all of these devices. In here, again, vertical, it says, it moves here and right align, it says, because I haven't set any reference here. Okay, let me just move these devices randomly here. Okay, Shift K will get rid of all the scale. I've just selected all the devices. Let me just align it vertically. So when I say towards right, it will pick the device which is rightmost and it will align that way. So undo, it will come back to whatever it was before. So likewise, you can play around with all of these align options and movement options just to get familiar with it. So all of these things come handy when you are trying to do the floor plan of your device. Every time you don't have to move your devices manually. Okay, so that's about your aligning options. Play around with it and you learn more from it. Okay, thank you.